talk about that crowd for
Yeah.
a second? Because I'll be honest, I've looked at Crutcher and said, why did they build so many bleachers?
Yeah.
And it showed, I guess, why last Tuesday.
Yeah. No, that was a remarkable crowd. Extraordinary. I'm not sure what all led to it. I think the win the previous week over there, them still being in the top 10 when we played them. There's obviously a big, Tech fan base here in Abilene. I think our administration did a really good job of kind of pumping the game, and which is a big deal to us as a program. And then I know just the local baseball group showed up, and there was a ton of Little League families that came out, which is that's what we want to do. That's what we want to be. That's the future of our baseball community, So I think that was very well received. We probably got exposed a little bit with concessions and restroom overcrowded, right? Which are great problems to have, So no, we couldn't have asked for a better environment. I thought our guys fought and fought. We scored in 7 of the 9 innings. That's a top 5 offense in the country on a Tuesday night. I think I said it in the post game there, to hold them to 5 runs in Lubbock was impressive. They're just hard to hold down, over time. So I was very pleased with everything, but probably the outcome, and that's you have to play really well to beat those schools. So no, I hope there's more to come with that. As our facility changes over the next few years, hopefully. The reorganization of it. 4,000 would be great to have, but that was a regional type atmosphere for our guys to play in, which is what we're shooting for here.
I did see over the weekend your team set the new record for both home runs and strikeouts in a season. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Yeah,
well, I think it means I think, Evan, we took over the job. We want to be known as a place that can help develop players. I think the main thing is if you attract good, skilled baseball players, I think the one tool that we feel like we're good at helping develop is the power tool. I think so that's where the home run plays, right? Some days this isn't the easiest place to hit home runs at, with the way the wind blows sometimes. Same on the pitching side. I think if you look at our velocities from 4 years ago to where we are now, it's just night and day, which allows you to create a little more swing and miss, which hopefully allows you to go match up when you play a team like Tech or TCU, because you're going to have to be able to drive the baseball and slug it a little bit. That's what happened over there. That's what's kept us in games here. Now, just because you can throw hard and run the ball of the ballpark doesn't mean you're a complete baseball team, and that's what we're trying to figure out still. But, man, 478 strikeouts is a lot, especially with a lot of season left. 500 is kind of that, it used to be unattainable number, but now it's good. And for what our group has done offensively, it's great. And a lot of that testament goes to Blaze and Craig have recruited the right guys, and they've helped develop those guys here, which is something we want to hang our hat on as from a player development standpoint. So, no, that's just another growing moment for our program, I think. So we're excited about it, but want to continue to be a really diverse and dynamic team that can win baseball games in a lot of ways.
You said that kind of this is where you feel like the guys are playing really well, even though they may have not won all their games recently. Leading up to this weekend, it feels like they played really well. Even yesterday, it was 6-0 lead, and then come in, score 2, and then a Colton Eager grand slam really sets you to 6-6. Overall, the weekend against.
No, I think you're right. I think we're playing well. We are. And unfortunately, I think baseball, there's just a different amount. You got to play 27 clean innings, to win to sweep a weekend, really. There was some ebb and flow to the weekend. We got pinned down early. I don't know that we were ready to really come out yesterday, and that's not real sure why. I think we kind of let them dictate early on offensively, defensively. We got down. Super proud of the fight. We did have a shot to win it there on the road, which is hard to sweep a team at their at their place. But I think when you look at the body of work of our last 15 games, we're certainly a lot more consistent on the mound. Defense has been rock solid. We're not just scoring in one big inning. It's been substantial throughout the game. So I think that's exactly what it takes to win a tournament. So if that trend keeps going, we've got Lamar here this weekend. We've got Sam on the road, so we're going to be tested with the top I guess 2 teams probably. I think Rio Grande Valley's tied for second or third. I can't remember how it's lining up right now. But we feel like we're right in the mix. I mean, I think when our guys pitch well, our offense is dynamic as anyone else in our league. So I don't know that I feel like we're the 4th place team. I think our league's got a lot of depth to it. You know, I think when you look at Sam and what they've been able to do, Lamar, RGV, us included, you know, we're all 2 to 3 games away from each other. So it's, you know, a game yesterday, you find a way to win, you put it. If we win 2 out of 3 at home and don't, there's just games throughout the year that if you take care of business early, you put yourself in a position to finish on a strong note and win championships. So we're still in that spot. Our back's against the wall a little bit from a first place standpoint. But if we keep on playing well, I wouldn't be shocked at all if we go in the tournament and have a chance to get to the final day and win it. So I think our guys feel the same way. So we're good. We want to keep playing good baseball. We want to find ways to finish ball games too, though.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Sam Houston's the only one that's swept.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's what's put them 3 games or 4 games ahead at this moment.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference.
Yep.
But this weekend you have Lamar, who is in second with UTRGV tied for second. So something like that, having them at home on senior weekend for your 8 seniors, what does that mean as well?
Yeah, no, they'll be excited to play. We've got a week of work here. You know, they've got today off. Tomorrow we'll do some individual stuff to kind of set the tone for the week, and then Wednesday, Thursday practice. Lamar's in a place I don't think they've been in a while, so they're going to be excited and want to come in here and play well, same as us, you know. So I think that you'll see 2 teams that want to go out and perform well, and we've had some close games with them over the last few years. So we're excited about that and sending our seniors off on a good note. A lot of these guys, as I've mentioned before, have done so many positive things in an ACU baseball uniform. So we certainly want to send those guys out, and I hope that at the end of the journey, man, they feel really good about leaving a legacy of all the things they've done, the records, the academics, just the total changing of a program's culture. We want them to leave a winner. You know, they've already won. We want to leave them a 2-time winner, because I think that's kind of what we want to establish here, is not having one good team and then an average. We want to continue, you know, establish some consistency within our program. So that's what's on the line here down the last, 2 weekends and then going into the tournament for me and I think our program. So we're excited about that challenge and looking forward to getting a new week and finishing strong.
Ash Randall's kind of been someone that's a little streaky lately. This weekend he really came in clutch, being at the end of the lineup and throwing off. I think he was like 3 for 4 from, or 4 for 5, something like that.
Yeah.
I think the very last thing was a strikeout, I'm pretty sure. Just kind of overall about his gameplay as well.
Yeah, no, Bash is a really good player, young player. You know, he started for us as a true freshman last year, and it's kind of rolled over into the spring. He had a really good weekend this past weekend. He's a really good defensive shortstop. We've got him in the 9-hole, not because he's I think when we construct our lineup, he's hit all the way up in the 5 before. I think for this team, from an on-base percentage, to give Mitchell, Grayson, Colton, and those guys opportunities to drive in runs, that's been where he's been a really good fit for us, because he's got a high on base and he's got a chance to hit too. So I don't know that he's hitting 9 in a lot of other lineups probably within our league, but that's where he's hitting for us, because we want him to be able to flip that lineup over, which he's done a really good job of here late. So it's going to take him. It's going to take everybody that's in front of him too. I think to keep the thing going. But with Mitchell, what Tatejo's been able to do this spring has been, he's really put together consistency. Colton's been steady as he has since he's been here. So, and then you had Tanner and the other guys. So we like our lineup. It's not one that's easy to navigate through. So hopefully that bodes well when we get to the tournament.
You kind of mentioned it, and this question popped in my head yesterday of when the outside perspective, you can say you lost to Tarleton, like they were on a 10-game losing streak. But you mentioned baseball is so tricky to figure out. How do you go through evaluating, is this something we need to change versus this is just the game of baseball? Yeah, no,
it's finding ways to establish consistency. So I think the thing about baseball is it's weird is how matchups play, right? So if you've got an offense that's pretty good at one thing and the pitcher's really good at another thing, then sometimes that can give your offense fit. Sometimes you can have a really good pitcher, sinker ball guy, for example, against a team that's got a lower bat path, where our guy's strength is the other team's strength, and you get them in their park on an offensive day, like yesterday where the wind's blowing. I mean, they scored basically all their runs were scored on a home run yesterday, with the exception of the one flared single there with 2 outs. So sometimes it's a game of matchups, and your guys, same with us offensively. You know, if we get a guy or two that gives us some fits, it doesn't mean he's the best pitcher on their staff. It just means he's a good matchup against us. So that's our job as a coaching staff, to try to manage those and get guys in positions to do that. So now we had a shot. You know, that's how weird our game is we had bases loaded, 1 out in the first, and their bullpen guys up and ready. Like, we're 1 hitter away from A, scoring a couple, B, getting in their bullpen with 1 or 2, or I guess 2 outs in the first. Instead, you know, he punches the guy out, and you look up and he's 4 innings in now, and we've given up 6. So I don't know that I wish I had the answers for it. But now we're certainly always trying to, you know, gather information, try to figure out how we can put guys in position, how we can continue to help guys get better and do a better job as staff. So now we learn something new each week as a staff, I think, and I'll let you know if we ever figure it out. But that conversation will probably never happen, I'm assuming. But no, that's what makes it interesting. You know, I think basketball, you got a point and a big, and the other team doesn't, then you're probably in a really good spot. You know, with us, it just takes a weird weather day or a really good arm to make it frustrating, like yesterday. So, but we'll bounce back on a Monday 0-0.